करो बात करो.
Hi, I'm Vera Mahajan, and I want to talk about what life is supposed to be. Life is supposed to be lived at our own terms, and that means we should live a free life. And what is a free life? Free life is when we make decisions of our life. Free life is when no one tells us what to do or controls us or makes us feel bad for what we want to do. Our dreams are our dreams, and our dreams are great. We're supposed to dream big. We're supposed to dream and the things that we like and make them happen and work hard. But how can we do that when someone else is always controlling us? And that is my life story. I am an educated, beautiful, wonderful woman, but I was not allowed to live like that. I was always told my dreams were not good enough. And I lived at that life of abuse all my life, as a child with my father, and then as a grown up with my husband. So I was constantly fighting against this domestic abuse. And then finally, I did get free. I broke the cycle of abuse. And now I'm free and I don't know what to do with this freedom. And so I'm like, okay, the only way I can learn is I have to talk to other people, interview other people who've done that, who have broken the cycle and they're living well and they're living on their own terms. And so I interviewed a lot of people. There were a lot of lessons learned, a lot of stories which taught me that we can do it and we can also help people who are struggling in this abuse and break the cycle and live free. So I wrote the book called Unreported. This unreported book is named that because domestic abuse is unreported crime. And the tagline is learn to live free. And that is the most important thing. We are supposed to learn how to live free. We are supposed to live free. And live is an acronym for LIVE, which L stands for love yourself, which is the most important thing. All our lives, our parents, everybody, adults in our life, they teach us to be nice and kind to everyone else. But nobody teaches us that it's important to love ourselves. So that is very important. We're supposed to love ourselves enough so loving everybody else should come easy, because that's what we know. We're supposed to love and live in love. And I is for insisting in freedom. We don't just say one day I want to live free and then you don't. And then you accept somebody else's control and then you don't live your free life. So we have to insist that we have to live free. It has to be our very important part. The way of living has to be a freedom. So we all need to insist on living a free. And V is the victory over victim syndrome. How do we pick up this syndrome which is makes us victims of everybody and everything? And we identify ourselves as victims because we are not allowed to make decisions. We are not allowed to live the way we want to live. And so we are victims of someone who tells us what to do. So we got to drop that syndrome. We are not victims of this person, that person, or anybody. We are free. And that's how we will learn how to live an empowered life. That's how we're supposed to live. That is the way we're supposed to live, at our on terms, on our own terms. And that's called empowered living. If I wake up in the morning and I say, well, let's say, what does Vera want to do? And that's what I should be able to do. And that's what you should be able to do. What do you want to do? Figure that out and learn how to live that. And so like this video and subscribe to the video, and I will bring you more information and show you by step what is making you feel bad, what is that is causing you to live someone else's dream, and what is keeping you away from your own goals, and what do you want to do. And that is what the signs of domestic abuse are. And why do we call it domestic abuse? Because most of this control and people who stop us from living our dreams are people in our family. They could be our family at work, family at home, our friends' family. There are people in our own close circle and our family. Those are the ones who don't let us live. So that's why it's called domestic abuse. And there's a cycle of domestic abuse. There's an abuser and there's a victim. And if we keep fighting against the abuser, we tell them, please don't do this, please don't hurt us. But why don't we tell ourselves, don't take the abuse? And so we have to learn how to say no to abuse. And I will teach you, I will help you figure out and stand strong against abuse. And how to say no is going to come easy. So please listen and please learn and please come back so we can talk more and we can read chapter by chapter, signs of abuse, what to do with them, how do we feel, and how do we get out of this, how do we feel better, what are we looking for, and how do we live free and live our empowered lives. So till next time, have a good day and think about what you want to do and let's talk again. Talk later.